Hey, mom and dad, I want to ask you a question. When is a good age to allow your daughter to start using social media? It's a question that I get all the time. Here is a key that I don't feel like a lot of people are speaking about very clearly to help parents out when it comes to this issue. And here it is. Social media is about your daughter's value and her self identity. So, more than an age, you want to be looking at that dynamic of her self growth. Is she anchored in understanding who she is? The reason that's important is because since 2010, all of the numbers that we see in studies are skyrocketing when it comes to emotional and health issues, mental health issues, anxiety, depression, rates of even suicide with girls and teens and our young people are skyrocketing, and all industry experts recognize that that's connected to the dawn of Facebook, Twitter, social media accounts, as well as the iPhone and the technology that's so normal today. So I want to talk to you about three dangers that you need to wrap your heads around so that you can best attack these issues. I want to share with you some keys and how to figure this out. So danger number one, giving your daughter access to social media too early can damage the self-identity and value work that is happening during the teen years, especially the early teen years. There's a study I saw recently that so powerfully illustrated this, and it talked about the rate of acceptance that young people have with their peers. In other words, do they feel like their peers like them and accept them? And on this graph, you can see that around 10 years old, 11 years old, they're asking these kids about this, and that rate of acceptance dips below that line around 12 years old. Okay, and then when does it come back, do you think? Around 16 years old, it kind of breaks that acceptance rate, kind of that line that the industry experts feel is good, and then it kind of starts to go up again, meaning that during those years between 12 and 16, kids are struggling with their understanding of how much their peers like them, right? It's a flag that shows, are our young people really strong yet? Are they developing who they are in the midst of their peers? So the action point here is, when deciding what age to start, I want you to think more about building identity. Yes, of course, that there is an age piece there, and I want to share with you what we do in our family when it comes to that. But I want you to see past the age. I want you to see what's really going on and what's more important than just that. Okay, so danger number two, and this is super big, it's comparison. So not only is the value work that's happening in our daughters' hearts being affected by social media, but also comparison. Connected to that self-identity and value issue is positive body image issues. Okay, now hear me. If you can talk to a young person, a girl, or any young woman on social media today, ask her, what is the number one struggle that you're having on social media? The number one negative thing about social? I guarantee you, either number one or number two, she's going to say, comparing myself with others. Now, these are the years when unconditional love and acceptance is the most important thing that your daughter needs from you and the people around her. And unfortunately, hear me please, social media is doing the exact opposite. It is a conditional beauty pageant, okay, that's happening 24/7. When the moment she wakes up, she goes to school, throughout school, coming home from school, it follows her into her bedroom, and it haunts her while she sleeps. It is a comparison game, and it is killing our daughters. So our jobs as parents is to remove anything that would be harmful in these critical years of development with our daughters, and to be doing the opposite, heaping the reality. And I'm not talking about false praise. I'm talking about the fact that no matter what you look like, we love you and you have value. Okay, so number three, grooming by online predators. Are we having fun yet? All right, just like playgrounds back when we grew up, mom and dad, child predators hover around places where kids and young people and teenagers gather. And today, where is that? It's social media. Okay, think about that. These predators pose as cute 17-year-old boys or friends of friends and all this, and they're DMing your daughter. And I'll tell you what they're doing. They are watching her posts. They're watching when she puts out something about feeling depressed, or she fought with mom and dad. And then these predators move in and start to fill that emotional gap. Are you hearing what I'm saying? This is called grooming. And if you think, and I'm going to say something really harsh to you, mom and dad, if you think that this could never happen to your child because they've got great friends, or they're from a family of faith, or they go to a great school or whatever, that delusion right there may be the number one danger that could hurt your daughter. And I'm sorry to say it to you like that, but we need to break this off of our minds right now if we're going to have a shot at keeping our kids safe online. So, what can we do about this? All right, number one, if your daughter is young, I want you to consider not allowing her to get on social media at all. I know this might sound crazy, until she's around 16 years old. This is what we call in our family start at 16. We start that conversation of if they're ready for social media at 16 years old. We're having conversations all about all these things, of course, up until that point, but I'm saying we don't even consider her being able to use, or actually all of my kids, this includes boys. So that's number one. Number two, you might be going, well, Dean, my daughter, she's 14 or 12 or 8, and she already has social media accounts. What do I do? Okay, this is a little bit more tricky because I need to give you a warning. If you try to go backwards and start to remove things from your kids' digital lives, it can actually hurt your relationship with them, especially if they aren't a part of that conversation. So here's what I'm going to tell you to do. There is a free video presentation that I have. It's at familytechgameplan.com. You can sign up and watch this in-depth presentation. And the reason I'm pointing you there is because education with your kids is a powerful way for them to open their hearts and minds to understanding why some of these changes need to take place in your family guidelines when it comes to social media and technology. We call it a family tech game plan. Okay, and I want you to consider taking them through my online course, because that is how we go about doing this deep work with our kids to open their hearts, okay? So the third thing I want you to do is, if you are going to allow your daughter to continue using social media, then here's what you have to do. Listen to this principle. To the degree that your kids have freedom on social media and with technology devices is the degree that you have to be involved in their technical lives, in their tech lives. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is you need to put on a full court press of involvement with your child, and that includes heart-to-heart connections as well as parental filters, monitoring, and controls. If you're not willing to do that and do the hard work that I'm telling you, then you need to go to number two, which is considering taking them off of social media, okay? Listen, mom and dad, I know what I'm saying today is harsh, and I've kind of not really challenged parents in the past as much, kind of being that strong with drawing a line in the sand, but I'm telling you, the studies and the realities and the stories that we are hearing and that's coming out now has convinced me I have to blow a trumpet and I have to challenge you really strongly today. So listen, check out familytechgameplan.com, especially if you're freaking out a little bit right now, or if I kind of upset you a little. There is hope, and there are powerful things that we can do to help keep our kids safe online. Mom and dad, I believe in you. That's why I'm sharing this with you. If you're watching this on YouTube, I want you to subscribe and hit that notification button so that you can be alerted when more videos are coming out like this I'm doing. And on Instagram, make sure that you're following me, because I'm here to support you and encourage you. Share this with other parents who need it today too. Talk to you soon.